what camera am I supposed to look in?
Welcome back to White Mountains TV today. I'm your host, Ryan Winch Garcia, and I'm sitting here with Cindy Spencer. We're going to be going over, she's an amazing artist. We were just looking at some of her art, and you got an art show going on.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's very cool. It's very neat.
It is very cool. I'm very excited about it. We had a grand opening last night, and that was very exciting for me.
That's a nice experience for an artist.
My husband and I hung 64 paintings last Tuesday, and they were there for the grand opening.
Nice. And you were saying also that you hung up some of your from your childhood, some paintings that you did.
I did. I decided to hang. I hung 2 oils that are about 50 years old. And of course, they weren't for sale or anything. No. But it's kind of fun just to look back at a lifetime of art. And I wanted to show the experimentation with different media.
Yeah, because you're saying those are oil paintings, right?
Those were oils, yes. Primarily the show is watercolors. There's some landscapes, some florals, primarily.
But everybody starts someplace, right?
Everybody starts someplace.
Yes, and it's nice to see that. It's nice to see you don't see that very often, like where they started. So I think that's a cool thing.
I fell in love with watercolors when we moved to the Valley. David Baker, Marge Kendrick, Nan White were local artists that really, I would go to Carol Reed to look at the watercolors in Carol Reed. Yeah. And I fell in love with the watercolors there. And I started playing around with watercolors. And Mount Washington Valley Arts, even back then, had some workshops. And I started taking workshops and just picked up watercolors.
See, that's really neat.
It's been, Mount Washington Valley Arts has been a big,
facilitated.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. And then in '96, I became a part of Friday Painters, and Friday Painters has been a big part of my development. Nan White was then leading Friday Painters, and Friday Painters has been great.
Yeah, why don't you talk about Friday Painters?
Well, Friday Painters is a group of artists, ranging in abilities, ranging in media, although a lot of us are watercolors. And I think that's because the founders were watercolors. Yeah. It's been going on for years. Meet every Friday, and even when they didn't meet on Friday, they still called themselves the Friday Painters. And now they meet year-round because we can meet, we have a facility to meet. In the summer we do plein air, which means we meet at different locations outside. Last Friday they met at Rocky Gorge. And paint, and then afterwards we sort of set them all up and look at them and critique each other and try to help each other.
Which is a big part of the art, the process to
and we're not
grow
brutal.
as an artist.
We're not brutal. It's like, well, I think this is working, but maybe what if you tried this?
And the facility, you mentioned the facility. Why don't you, for people who may not know where it's located?
Yeah, good idea.
Yes.
We're at 16 Norcross Place, which is the downstairs gallery, right next to you.
Just a stone's throw, just right behind us actually here in the studio. So if you know where we're located, you know where they're located. It's just down the hall from us. So you go down those stairs, hang a left, and you're right there.
That's right. So Friday Painters has been really instrumental. In fact, a lot of questions last night came up about UPO paper. Okay. And UPO was one of the themes we did this winter in studio work. And one of the Friday Painters brought in a DVD on UPO, and just all different techniques for playing around with UPO paper. And I started really playing with UPO paper, and I do mean playing. I mean just laying on a bunch of paint and sort of tipping it a little bit and spraying on it, and no, I don't like that. Take it to the sink and wash it out.
Right.
Lay on some more paint and see what happens. And this time do this, or blow on it, or do just
different ways to
and getting different textures. And I had paint on so thick it was just floating, and you couldn't do anything.
Gives it that great texture though.
And just letting it dry. So this piece is one with UPO, and I don't know if the camera can come in on that, but you can really see the textures here.
Yeah.
So you've really got some textures coming in there. UPO is it has no texture at all. The paper itself is just plain plastic.
Okay,
so it's just like watercolor paper comes in 3 different levels of texture.
Okay.
Sort of smooth and not so smooth and rough.
Right.
But this is like very, very, like no texture at all. So things just slide right off it. So it's very playful. So if you find yourself getting kind of too detailed, it's like, it's just playful.
Right. You know, and definitely shines through with that painting. That's
and some artists don't want to get caught up in gimmicks, and I like to play. You know, so
it's the only way you learn.
If there's
you got another great one right
anything
there.
new, then I'm happy to try it. Well, this one I brought because I think the name of the show is Light and Retirement, because I've been playing around a lot in light, and my mentor always used to say, one of her first questions to me, and that's Nan White, would always say, where's the light coming from? Because she really was big on shadows. And so this one I really thought, I could hear her say to me, yep, the light's coming from this side. This is, and you could very clearly see it in this side. And I think sometimes the advancement in my artwork, I can say, oh yeah, okay, Nan, I got it this time.
Yeah, that's cool.
I got it.
So now, for people who want to see more of your artwork, now the show is running today from 10 to what time?
Well, the show runs until June 23rd.
Okay.
It's open Monday through Friday, 9 to 3.
Okay.
And then Saturday from 10 to 2. Not open on Sunday.
Not open on Sunday.
Not open on Sunday.
So great opportunity for them to see that.
And the other pieces. And usually there are other shows at Mount Washington Valley Arts. This just happens to be my personal show, but often it's an eclectic, you know, a lot of other artists participating.
Nice.
In different shows.
And for people who may not know about the Mount Washington Valley Arts Association, do you want to just touch on that? I know we've been mentioning how it's really facilitated and allowed you to kind of pursue your passion with painting and all that. It
has, and I think it's our dream that we would at some point have a Main Street gallery with 3D artists and you know, just be more available. But for right now, we're making baby steps in that goal. We would like to have we want to have more classes. And we have dreams.
Right, you know, more classes, and the way to do that is to support and gain that from the community, which I think everybody understands the importance of the arts.
Right.
I mean, it's so important, and especially throughout life, to be able to have something, a place that encourages it, offers, like you said, the classes and all that. I mean, it's really neat. And you guys got a great spot right down here from us. I mean,
we do, and we're very happy to have that spot. It allows us to have classes in the winter time and too. We also have a couple of big fundraising events coming up.
Why don't you mention those? When are those coming
we have Art in the Park in July, and that's right out here on the green, right in the village. And that's, you know, that was years and years ago. So that's just kind of coming back, and I hope that grows annually and becomes big.
It's always a great event.
And it is a great event, and it's a great chance for artists and a great chance for the community. And
there's so many great artists in the valley. There's a ton.
Well, the valley inspires artists and has for centuries, and so it does go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
It does. It just goes hand in hand. So that's pretty exciting.
So that's a great event, and that's going to be here before we know it.
Right.
Geez, it's already June. I can't believe that alone. And then what's another event as well?
There's also an auction on August 18th. And that's a major fundraiser for Mount Washington Valley Arts. So people are getting sponsors, and of course we always like volunteers and donations. And
so if people want to do that, they want to volunteer, want to donate, how can they do that? Well,
the best way is to contact Fran at the office.
Okay.
And the phone number there is 356-2787.
Okay.
There's a website where they can get information, but of course we would love community support. We like help.
No, absolutely. It's so important. I mean, because what you're offering also gives back to the community, giving the art and having something for people to view and also put up in their homes. And it's always nice to have a piece of art that's locally been made by a local artist, and it shows like a local scene and all that. So, yeah, absolutely. And their website is at MWVAA.org.
MWVArts.org.
.org. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get more information there about all the events, about your show that's going on, and all that. And then there was one other thing you wanted to mention, right? About another event that's coming up, or just the shows that are going to be running through the summer? Yeah, I mean, well, you got the shows are running.
I'm drawing a blank.
No, it's fine. But there's Mount Washington Valley Arts Association has stuff going on year-round. The summertime is a great time with the art in the park. They got another event auction coming up, and also you can always stop into just down here from Norcross Place. Stop in, talk to the artists, see the art that's up, see what's going on. I mean, there's always great opportunities and great classes going on. So if you're watching and saying, "Hey, I'd like to participate in some art. I'd like to do that." They can do that. They sign up for classes or sign up happening right now?
Yep, there's a class list right now, and it's ongoing.
Okay.
We run them seasonally, so please.
Is it for I mean, if it's someone like me who's never really since
it changes with the season. Sometimes there's an oil one, sometimes there's watercolors, sometimes there's drawing.
Okay.
Sometimes it depends on who's offering what. So
yeah. So
check
go to the
it out.
website. Stay tuned with that. And of course, you mentioned the phone number.
Become involved, and that's the best way, is just to keep your hand on what's going on.
Yeah, and if you want to donate, Mount Washington Valley Arts Association.com. Check it out. Lots of good stuff going on.
Time, energy,
all that stuff.
Passion.
Yes. Well, Cindy, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with us.
Thank you so much.
And if you want to check out her stuff, definitely do that. She's got it all up there. It'll be running. How long will it be running for?
Till the